Yo, let's talk about this, bro. So I just seen a video, right? Well, a caption, audio caption or whatever. John Wall saying that in his prime, he was the second best player in the East. Y'all know who we said was number one. It don't take a brain surgeon to know who was number one. Clearly it was, y'all know who. But John Wall said, and then it was him. And this is going to be controversial. I'm probably going to get some heat for this. But I agree 1,000% with Jonathan Wall. Jonathan Wildrick Wall. Wilford Wall. Let's really look at it. For one, when Wall was coming out, y'all remember, he probably had the best high school mixtape of all time. He on a short list. Him, guys like Tyreek Evans. Who else was in that list? Derrick Rose, of course. Brandon Jennings is just disgusting. These guys, Austin Rivers, these guys had crazy mixtapes. Walls, you still gonna look up and be like, God damn, no way this was real. But back to the point. So he was dubbed the next LeBron. He had all the hype coming out. Now, let's get back to the point. Let's look at the East back then around his prime. So you had Paul George, who was pretty good. Paul George had a real good run that year. What was it, 2013? 2012? 2013, I think it was. He had a real good run, that iconic moment, dunking on Bird, man. When the injury hit Paul George, he was still good. He got back to form back around the Oklahoma City days, but he was never really the same after that. Like, he had potential, and even then he had his shortcomings in the playoffs. Now, Wall had his too, but Paul George wasn't better than John. You even look at their draft. This don't mean nothing, but George was 11th, I think, overall. Wall was number one. They knew he was going to be, they knew he was going to be that guy. You look at their situations. Paul George came into a better situation than John Wall. And Wall, can you say he had more playoff success? I mean, the Pacers got to the Eastern Conference Finals. Wall and them got close. Wall had some iconic moments in the playoffs. They both did. Overall, none of theirs is too far-fetched in the playoffs, but you could look at it up for debate. I'm taking John Wall over him. That's just me personally. Now you move on to It. Come on now. It had some good moments. He was real good for his size, but it's a reason why he didn't stay in the league all that long. I mean, well, we're going to be fair, injuries and all that, because injury is why John got out other stuff, other BS going on. But outside of Boston, It really wasn't doing too much. You know what I'm saying? I guess you can say, what was Wall doing? But no, Wall had moments in Houston. Wall was putting up 20 a game in Houston. So we can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Because Wall was over there putting up numbers on a bad team. So It was not better than John Wall. Yeah, they had that playoff series where they beat him and it went crazy, but we're not even going to entertain that. It was a damn good scorer himself. Now, the main one people like to say is Kyrie Irving. This is a good debate, but I'm taking Wall over him every time after time, and I beat everybody in this debate. For one, Wall was a two-way player. Wall was giving you 20 and 10, gave you a couple steals and a block any given night, and about four rebounds as well. So Kyrie Irving was very good, very skilled, better shooter, more clutch. He did all that, but Wall was more athletic. Wall can use both hands just as good. Remember, he was dunking on motherfuckers with the left hand. Y'all better go back and look at prime John Wall highlights. He was dunking on motherfuckers even after the injuries, motherfuckers with the left hand. Wall was more athletic. He was quicker. Wall did more with less. Y'all got to remember, Kyrie Irving never led a team to 30 wins, never even led a team to 30 wins before LeBron came. So when LeBron came, obviously his game evaluated. People going to use that, his ring and where he got. But look at who he did it with. You know what I'm saying? So we got to always factor that in. Kyrie Irving has matured. Now I love this new Kyrie Irving, but it took Kyrie Irving a while to mature, and that's perfectly okay. That happens with a lot of people. But he wasn't better than John Wall at that time. Now, if you talk about now, his peak now, it could be a different story. But then, he was not better than John Wall. He wasn't. Who else you got in the East? Y'all name them. But I don't think it's much of an argument. But let me know what y'all think.